Hello, dear friends, my lovely audiences. Welcome to the East West Show. Jack Chow on the East West Show with the GNE TV. Today is a big day. The big day meaning, probably you can see that on the screen already. Before I say it, we honor Mr. Ken Hemming for his number 200 appearance on East West Show.
Hallelujah.
How about it?
And may I express my appreciation to Mr. and Mrs. Sue.
And you too.
For allowing me to serve you and your viewers who I love just like my family.
And Mr. Sue himself likes your show too.
I hope so, or he'd throw me out.
He does,
Yeah.
he does. And he liked the fact that you speak out the truth, and you dare to speak out truth.
That's true.
And you were devoted to Constitution.
Yes, sir.
And to the community.
Yes.
To serving what you believe is right.
This is a great honor in my life.
And I call upon my audiences to give Mr. Ken Hemming a big hand on his 200 show.
And a big hug back to you.
Sure.
Thank you, Jack.
Why don't you give yourself a big hand?
And by a big hand and a big hug.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring me.
Time flies fast. I don't even realize this is 200 between you and me.
I write them down.
And all the way starting 2013.
Yeah.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, on top of our show subjects, we would like to chat a little bit on the U.S.-China trade conflict issue.
Yes, sir.
Shall we, please?
Yes. We don't even need to call it a conflict. We can call it a series of considerations and issues to bring more happy results for both countries.
Okay, I like that. I like that take.
Yeah.
That take itself is instead of calling it conflict,
yeah,
we call it we're getting more serious.
Yeah, it's
right?
too hard a word.
So,
Conflict's too hard.
Good. What's your general take about those points or whatever that being discussed?
Well, one thing, both China and America have several economic experts on trade that actually this week have been meeting in Washington, D.C. And this moment. Very big hitters from both countries. And also on the American team, there's a lot of disagreements among them because everybody has their own opinion and they're not like little ants that just follow one leader. They all contribute and sometimes there's divergent ideas, okay? I believe, like I have read The Art of the Deal by President Trump, and I just think our president's not going to allow this to not produce something worthy for both countries.
For both countries.
He just wants to keep going. He wants to make something happen, just like we're going to make something happen in the Mideast in terms of peace, which we pray for.
Am I right if I say, between countries, the two countries, big as we are, and doing trade in a massive way as we are, as we do, to see some conflicts, some disagreement from now and then, every now and then, is quite a norm, isn't it?
It is, and also though, in terms of our previous three presidents maybe, President Trump wants to even the playing field where he believes we've been disadvantaged by passivity, and now we're going to try to level it off more because he's a strong man and China's a strong people. So it's a discussion that has to happen, and it's happening as we speak.
I see. Or do you agree with me, we shall separate trade from politics?
I like the purity of that thought process. It's very difficult for countries to do that.
Yeah. But sometimes, when there is criminality, right?
Yes, sir.
Let law take care of it, not the politics. Am I right?
We prefer that.
Whoever steps on the red line, the law takes care of it.
Yeah.
Regardless, China does it, United States does it, whoever, let the law do it, and then, we are, right?
See, what's part that's contributed to our big trade deficit with China is China is very patient and has long-term viewpoints and aspirations, and these corporations from America that want to do business in China are more worried about the next quarterly results of earnings per share and dividends than they are about the long-term impact.
Yeah.
That's a big difference, and it's not a good one on our part.
Back to United States, though, we do have a lot of manufacturers, industrial people
Yep.
who are ready to do business with China. It is the government who refrained them from doing so.
Well, right. Well, actually, both governments, us and also the Chinese government, because
yes.
they want our technology.
Why don't they just come together and say, hey, well, I lose up this, you lose up that, and then, well, we take care of the deficit.
Then there'd be more Chinese with jobs and more Americans.
Yeah, of course.
So-
We're creating more jobs.
See, our minds are very pure and very
All right,
simple.
thank you for a
They're
handshake
pure and
on
simple,
this one. Right?
okay?
Very good. Well, good. We got to quickly move to the next issue because we have lots of issues. Even our line only, we have this much.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, next one is not that happy. Next one is a tragedy. I believe we're talking, everybody of you have heard already, the shooting in Texas, nearby Galveston County, or Galveston Water in a school,
Yes, sir.
middle school, I believe,
Yes, I think so.
right? All right. And the gun shooting.
Gun shooting, about 8 dead. We won't know till they really find all the
It was
bodies.
first announced, 8 dead,
Yeah.
and they say the numbers might change.
Yeah, they said, the last I heard, it's under 10, but who knows? All I know is if there's one soul that was killed for disgusting, evil reasons, it's a tragedy for the whole country.
And one police officer was being
Yes, he was
airlifted
Yes,
to hospital.
yeah,
They didn't describe the wound though,
yeah.
but they say being airlifted to hospital.
So they must have got there fast while the guy still had his weapon.
Yeah.
And the guy that did this shooting, supposedly, he's in custody. He wasn't man enough to shoot himself or go down
That
fighting.
indicates there were some crossfires at this moment.
does
at
indicate.
that moment,
Yeah.
right? Otherwise, the officer wouldn't be shot.
Right. It'll take days to really find out what happened. But the thing is now, all of a sudden, the gut reaction of many in America will be, wow, guns are bad, guns are bad. Guns don't kill anybody. I really think a major contributing factor to allowing kids to become teenagers that have that evil in their soul is the breakdown of the American family and the reduction of Christianity. And they didn't read my book. You read my book?
I wish they did. Yeah, I wish they did.
Nobody
you know,
would be.
If
there'd be
everybody
no
did.
violence.
Yeah. And you know what I feel?
Yes, sir.
This incident sounds like a blow to me, because once I even thought to let California copy Texas
Yes, sir.
to bear conceived guns,
Right.
weapons,
Right.
so that would deter the bad guys.
Right.
We prevent things from happening.
Yes.
When things do happen, we counter them, something like that.
Right. You counter because they're cowards that
Yeah.
are doing these
But
things.
right now, with something in Texas, which is the state I'm talking about, with the concealed weapon legalized, and still something happens like this.
Well, it's going to happen everywhere, but they said that this incident, this event, happened fast, was taken care of and shut down fast. You know, there are guns everywhere around Texas, and it is a safe state, but mental illness is everywhere.
Are you saying that somebody countered it?
I think it only happened 3 hours ago, so I don't have concrete information. But they said that it was resolved very quickly.
But by the time I heard about it,
Yes, sir.
the first report on the radio with the breaking news out,
Yeah.
it was only a little bit, 1 hour, a little bit,
Yeah. After it happened.
and then after it happened, right?
That's where.
So,
yeah.
and one we confirmed that there's one officer being airlifted to hospital. That means that one officer was shot and wounded.
I believe.
And there was a crossfire,
Yeah.
either between the suspect and the police officers,
Yeah.
or the case that I hope, somebody, some Samaritans,
Right.
Samaritans,
Got involved.
or even the teachers
Yeah.
on the school
Yeah.
camp gets involved.
Well, let me share one thing. Just within the last 2 weeks, there was another kid at a high school that started shooting, okay? There was a guard around the high school on duty, and unlike the coward at the Parkland shooting when he hid outside so he wouldn't get hurt, this guy, officer, ran right toward the fire, right toward the guy, and took him out. And yet some of our radical left news, they don't even, yes. So this is a beautiful example of how guns can stop and save people. And he did it, and he's a tremendous hero. His first name's Dallas, I forget his last name, but he deserves to be recognized. In a lot of the news, they don't report good things. They're waiting for someone to shoot someone.
In other words, it still makes sense if I continue calling for California to copy Texas.
It does. I've asked the Pasadena police what do I have to do to get a concealed carry.
Was there a school declared to say no gun zone, something like that?
Well, see, a no-gun zone is famous for being, that's the place the shooter's going to go because he's safe.
Yeah.
It's so foolish.
I mean, even in Texas, inside Texas, though,
yeah, I don't
schools are supposed to be gun-free according to federal laws.
I don't know that. I can't comment.
So, did they make school gun-free? If the school was really made gun-free, though, and then we're taking...
Well, they had an armed officer on there, so that's not gun-free. There was an armed security man, and this other one, not Texas, yeah.
Security and officer, they are from different directions.
But they're both armed.
Officers come in only to respond, right?
Correct.
And as responders, and the school guards whatsoever, they are there.
They're and responding
side,
instantly. We hope.
Right.
Yeah.
They can do it the first second to second.
Right.
Anyway.
So anyway, it's a lot of news on that.
No matter how hard we
and
try,
God bless
bad
the
things
victims
still happen.
Their soul.
We only wish that the appearances or the occurrences go less and less. Right. And there is right after the report, there is a statistic saying that this was the 23rd since January.
Well, and again, I'd like to say the truth that statistically, I know we got 4 million kids in high schools, or maybe more, whatever it is, it's a big number. You've got a better chance of being run over by a car walking to school, or something negative happening in the mall or something, than you do for being shot with bullets. I know. But it's still, it just makes big news.
I know. But this is devastating. All right.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Lots of people talking about the traffic accident happens more with the bicycles than with airplanes, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
I do agree.
Yeah.
However,
Airplanes
once it does happen,
it's big news, right?
Big news.
Yeah, you get run over by a bike and you're dead. It doesn't really get in the paper.
No, you get a collision.
Airplane crashes.
You get a collision with a bike between bike and bikes.
Right.
Bike with a car, bike with pedestrian whatsoever. That doesn't cause a death right away. That's not devastating. Air traffic, even though the percentage is low, once it does happen,
it's big news.
Yeah, big news, right?
Because they have nothing else to talk about.
Oh my God! Let's keep our finger crossed. Let's pray, and to those families who are suffering this moment of the loss of their loved ones.
Yes.
And we feel sad about it. We're saddened. Okay.
Very sad.
Let's take a short moment out. We come back to continue to pick up some good ones.
Yeah.
How about that? Hello, dear friends, lovely audiences, my dear fellow Americans. Welcome back to the East West Show. Jack Chow on the East West with JNU TV. Today is a special day. We mark the celebration to honor my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming, for his 200 appearances on the East West Show.
Love it. Hallelujah.
That also indicates the life of this show.
I know.
Because you started during the early days.
And I hope I'm here till the last days.
Okay, very good. And this thing will last 100 years, and then
I hope so.
You'll be 200 years old.
Yeah, we'll need a lot more makeup, but we'll be here.
You need somebody behind you.
I do.
And you need a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You need life support or something.
Exactly.
Right?
Oxygen, but we'll keep talking.
Whatsoever. Okay.
We'll keep talking.
All right. Okay. Anyway, With Mr. Ken Hemming, we cover lots of areas. Mostly, we regulated our shows only to appear on Friday. So we name it as Friday update,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Weekly update. So for this week, though, I believe the next one, big, worth to be the second one, is the first woman in charge of CIA.
Yes. Now, you know, there's been a turnover in the CIA leadership. And this lady has 33 years experience there, most of it doing undercover work.
How old is she?
I don't know, I can see her face. I would say she's in her 50s, maybe 60.
I see.
But she's fit, and you know, and she looks that, you know, as she can blend into any area without causing too much attention. Now, but to be
An average face.
yeah, but to be an undercover person for that long is really brave, number one, and a big deal. So many of what she did, maybe her family doesn't even know what she was working on. That's serious. Now, where it was controversial for this poor lady, because I think she was more than qualified, is she was there when we did some waterboarding with some of the radical Islamic terrorists. And so some of the, you know, the obstructionist Democrats are slamming her for, you know, being a part of it, knowing about it, and whatever. Well, you know, yes, you know, at that time it wasn't considered torture. I don't consider it torture. I consider it effective. We actually caught some of the leading terrorists from getting information out, and they only did it to 3 people, but one guy did talk pretty well. And so she was getting blamed for allowing that to happen. There's no blame. Sometimes, you know, it probably won't happen again. But let me tell you, if somebody was there that was threatening my daughter's life or my country, and I could get the information out of them one way or another, I'm not going to let my daughter die without doing what I need to do to get the information, or let my country die.
Yeah, that makes
So
some
it's
point.
that's, you know.
That makes some point.
I mean, we're nice
And
guys,
for
Jack.
for the waterboarding issue, though, we can't say in the landslide say that was cruel, that was wrong whatsoever. Given the point of time, right? Given the situation,
Right.
well, somebody did something overboard.
Yeah.
Well, that is of course, we can chastise those
You know,
people.
a person like somebody just voluntarily recently in the CIA or something volunteered to be waterboarded just to see, you know, what it is. And you know, of course, when you're thinking you're about to drown and die, you know, you really panic. But nobody's died doing it.
No, it's not the dying part of all.
Right.
If you're brave enough, you want to die.
Yeah.
It is suffering. It is suffering.
It's the suffering.
Prior to death.
Good point.
A good point, right?
The panic.
Okay, now, that point being, I only say that I'm not supporting that.
Right.
I only say,
right.
given
Me
the
neither.
time, the point of time,
Yeah.
given the situation that we were in,
Right.
we were hit by 9/11, right? And right away,
Yeah.
we need to get the information. We want to make people talk. I mean, what they did was understandable. However,
it was
when-
approved by the government.
However, yes. However, it went overboard. Whoever did it, whoever proves it, well, gets chastised. And then number
Right.
2, we learn a lesson from it. We stop doing it in the future. That's about it. If this woman is good, though,
Sure.
I don't think that only one bad record for that thing would drag her down.
Right, and I don't consider it a bad record. I consider it life at that time as necessary. But now, so the big deal is it's a woman in charge of our entire security, and that's a big deal.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know,
And
you got to
she's-
understand one thing.
Yes, sir.
Americans are broad-minded people.
Yes.
We are so generous-minded people, right? We excuse wrongdoings at a time.
We forgive.
At a time we thought necessary.
Right.
Remember Bill Clinton?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did we excuse him? Yes, we did.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, we did.
yeah, we did.
Only when he started telling the truth.
Yeah,
Right?
Right.
I
Yeah,
was,
after he told the truth,
yeah.
then okay.
I was da 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 da.
Yeah,
All right. My tie was contaminated or something.
right.
By some
Something.
not
Yeah.
okay, something, we're going to buy something whatsoever. Then, with that as a fact, though, as a president of the United States, right, we the people still forgave him.
Just as an example, too, something that really should not be forgiven but has been ignored is the Fast and Furious circumstance where we provided either hundreds or thousands of guns to radicals across the border, that some of which came back and, number one, killed Officer Terry. And so we were providing guns because we wanted to see where they went, okay, through the serial numbers. And a lot of it just came back to harm us.
Of course, we can put 100.
And no one's been held accountable.
We can put 100, 200 examples to indicate a point, to make a point, though.
Right.
That's for this example. For the CIA confirmation thing, we were about down 30 days or 60 days down the road. Yeah. This woman could be pending confirmation.
Yeah, she's been confirmed now, and 6 Democrats voted for it.
She has not been.
Yes, she was.
She was?
Yeah, yesterday or the day before.
Was she confirmed already?
Yes, sir. The vote was all done and in.
I thought she wasn't.
She is.
Oh, she is confirmed.
Good. I'm proud.
Okay,
I'm happy.
very good, very good. Okay, now
because she was qualified.
Now
that's why I'm happy.
That's why I call upon my people.
Yeah.
I call my audience my people
to
think about Clinton time.
Right.
And we
remember.
We did forgive him.
Yeah.
Right. When we forgave him, we feel proud of ourselves because we are generous-minded. Right. Something like that.
Well, a very nice announcer on Fox News actually recently said that, well, you know, we know what Hillary did and their crimes and that, but why don't we just move on? No, I totally disagree with that. When you really threaten the security of our country with a home server, you know, and it's hacked by other countries, that's not forgivable. So people sometimes are just lazy to pursue justice too, Jack. They're lazy.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I do agree with you. Remember, you and I was about 1 year ago, about the document release of JFK.
Yes, sir. Right.
Assassination.
Right.
There was still about 30% of the document decided to be withheld.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
Why? Because of details. It doesn't matter who did what. It doesn't matter how wrong whoever did it. Right. Mm-hmm. When it concerns the national security.
Right.
Look, we'd better just seal it up.
If somebody's threatening our security of our country, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, or nothing, there's no forgiveness.
There might be deals or something that once released,
that's true,
the public would lose the trust in the government.
Well, I've lost a lot of trust in our government, in what's going on in Washington, D.C.
Do you agree with me?
The deep swamp, yes.
Do you agree with me?
I totally agree
with
you.
So now, okay, there's a saying, I don't know if it is confirmed saying or not, but I heard it when I was young, say, you can choose to be a good guy to be awarded, you can choose to be a bad guy to be punished.
Okay.
All right? And then if you still want to be awarded, you be the worst guy to the most extreme.
That's correct.
And nobody wants to kill you. They all want to keep you alive. Yeah. They can even award you for doing that.
Right.
So,
right. No, that's like the mafia families.
In other words, when it's so bad.
Yeah.
Worse to everything you can think of.
Yeah.
Right. And then to that extent, it is related to this nation's public safety.
Well, for example, way back in the 1930s, I think, Hitler was the man of the year on the cover of Time magazine. Mm-hmm. However you explain that, I don't know. But
No.
But it's true.
We're talking about a different point.
Okay.
My point is that when the dirty doing has some national security in it,
right,
the concern is that for a bigger picture, we better be easy on that one.
Yeah, right. I understand. Yeah.
All right.
I accept that.
Okay. So, we wish her good luck.
Yes, we do.
And we wish her
great career.
Great career. And the CIA is a big part, right? The CIA. And I believe the CIA has done a good job. Well, most excitingly, most respectful is the fact that they do their things not in the open way. They
Yeah.
do the thing in undercover way.
Let me share what I heard yesterday. I think it's true, but I can't certify it. But that there are more CIA employees than there are military people in the Navy. So it's a big organization.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so.
Well, yeah. No, maybe that's
Might
VA. That's VA employees.
Might be a metaphor.
Yeah, I think that's the veteran
Yeah,
administration.
metaphor. It could be a metaphor way to describe it.
But it's big.
Yeah.
And it's quiet.
You can say there are as many members in CIA as there are stars in the sky.
Yeah, well.
You can still say it just to indicate there are a lot.
There are a lot.
And nobody's going to count how many stars we have above us.
And I really appreciate those careers because they're not fully appreciated because they're sort of hidden.
That's exactly what I'm talking
and
about.
they do risk their lives, you know.
There are heroic acts.
They're heroic. Yeah.
Are hidden. When
Yeah.
they die a nameless person.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate them a lot.
Okay, now, the serious thing is that some of them on record, some of them are even not on record.
That's right.
Do you know that as a fact?
I believe that. Yes, absolutely.
That is off record.
They don't exist.
They never exist.
They don't exist.
They never exist,
Yeah.
or something like that, okay? And
I love them.
Yeah, sure. And the next thing is that I have lots of worry, and lots of people have worry about the turn of Kim Jong-un.
Right.
And it happens only 4 days ago.
Yes, sir.
He made an announcement that he will not guarantee that he appears at a meeting.
He himself did not say it, but representatives did say it. But President Trump says he has still heard nothing directly from North Korea about canceling, because Kim was saying as long as America and South Korea are performing joint military exercises, he's afraid that they're doing that for practice to take over his country when he denuclearizes. And they're calling it, he's afraid that it's a Libya kind of plan where Gaddafi, we took him out, devastated the country, and which was a big mistake because that country is now, very much more dangerous.
Probably we need to cut off here and we come back, focus on it. My take is that if United States and South Korea created a military drill or an exercise just right now, just recently,
right,
that might indicate something.
Well,
what if it has been a traditional exercises?
It's been
for
scheduled
years,
for a long time.
Right, for a long time.
Yeah, it wasn't a new decision.
So when we come back, we'll continue from there. How about that?
We're going to get a deal.
Okay, very good. Hello, dear friends, lovely audiences. Welcome back to the show, Jack Chow on the East West with GNE TV. Today with my friend Ken Hemming. By the way, today is a big day. It marks the 200th appearances of my good friend Ken Hemming as a political commentator on the East West show. So we're honoring him now.
And I'm so honored.
To you,
I'm
sir.
so honored and humbled to be allowed to share my soul with you and your viewers for a long period of time.
And
Jack.
that also indicates.
I'm honored.
Indicates this show has quite some history.
You have a wonderful show.
Good record, right?
You have a wonderful show, and you have wonderful people that.
If I can keep you for 200 times, I must be good.
You must be tolerant.
Okay.
Tolerant of me.
Okay.
Yes.
I tolerate. I do tolerate.
Yeah.
I do tolerate. Okay. Anyway, joking.
Yeah.
On the subject of the Korean situation and in expectation of the June 12 meeting between the two big heads, right, Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un. Well, there's a little term we're talking about because he is not happy with the military drill, the exercise between North Korea and the United States. So I left my point. My point was that it could mean something to to scare him off if we create something right away, create a exercise, right? But it has been there for many years.
Yeah, they do it a couple times every year, and it's routine. It's routine, and everybody is kind of looking at this summit similar to how we looked at Reykjavik with President Trump and Gorbachev. Pardon me, President Reagan and Gorbachev. Sorry about that, Freudian slip. But and that's where the president, our President Reagan, when they just couldn't agree on a couple key issues. President Reagan just walked away. He said, "I'll see you soon, bye-bye," and he left. And then that walking away created kind of the opening to the process of destroying the Soviet Union. And so it was huge. So, and there's a lot of similarities between Reagan and Trump, even though their methodology is quite different. But both believe in trust but verify. You know, some of our previous administrations trust but don't check anything. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Verify.
Speaking of his methodology, though.
Yes, sir.
And there's the might be a little insertion there necessary.
Yeah.
You know the Chinese boxing, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. You have different style of boxing.
Correct, yeah.
And you even have different schools of boxing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some of the schools imitate the animals.
Okay.
For example, the tiger boxing.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Acting like tigers.
That's good. That's good.
Or the monkey boxing.
Okay.
Because you move a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you move a lot, all right?
This is good.
And there's those big bird, the crane.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
crane boxing.
Right. Okay.
Right? Boom, boom, knock your head.
Ouch.
It started bleeding right away.
Yeah,
like
right.
that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's even a style called drunken boxing.
Oh.
Drunken.
Yeah.
You're really looking at a drunken guy who has even hard time to stand up straight. All right? Moves around, fall down, get up, rolls down, rolls up, and but in the blink of a second, there's
Yeah. Right.
pop up. Something.
Right. Little surprise. Wow.
And
That's
the
interesting.
other day at,
like that.
at dinner, a friend of mine just mentioned that. Do you think that Donald Trump is doing the drunken boxing? Oh, I said, my.
Well,
that might be a expression.
You know, he's equally non-predictable. And that's what that drunken boxing is about, non-predictable. And frankly, I like that.
And there's one thing in common, though. Drunken boxing is the kind of style you have your strategy already fixed,
Okay, yeah.
right? You only do it in a pretended way that you're drunk.
I love learning this from you.
Yeah,
This is good.
the drunken boxing style, right?
I like
so
that.
he has in his mind fixed a route to get where he wants to get, and exercise it, do it in a loose way,
Yeah.
in a loose way, in a drunken way.
Unpredictable.
Yesterday, somewhere he mentioned some animal comment. Remember that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
If I were him, I would not do that. I would be careful about my own choice of words because I would keep that in mind always. I'm the president of the United States.
Well,
Right.
you know, we disagree on that. I think that this was about MS-13 gang members that are unbelievably violent, and they don't kill with a bullet. They slice you in pieces and make you suffer as much, and they have all these 14-year-old girls that they abuse and things. So they're worse than animals.
I agree. They are animals.
See,
They're
animals
worse
have
than
integrity.
animals,
They
yeah.
only kill to eat. Humans kill for other reasons. So they're worse than an animal. An animal's just living.
I'm not saying that
That's
an
my
animal
speech.
comment is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm talking about if I were him,
Yeah.
I would choose another word.
And I would too, and I choose them more dramatic.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, and
so he does his job
Yeah.
in a drunken style.
Yeah,
So
I like
people
that.
cannot
He is
tell.
unpredictable.
People cannot tell. It is mystifying. It is unpredictable.
Yeah.
And, well,
And also to refresh your viewers' knowledge that President Trump doesn't even drink. He's never had a drink. He doesn't do that. His brother died of alcoholism, and he said, I'm not going that route.
Oh, he doesn't drink.
He doesn't
Does
drink.
he smoke?
No.
Obama does.
Obama smokes, he does everything. Yeah, he does whatever.
Whatever he does.
Yeah, I don't care. I
didn't
don't
ask,
wanna watch.
I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
I know that you hate him a lot. All right.
I don't hate him, I just don't, I don't admire him, and I don't think he admires
Okay,
America.
good. I'm only asking. He does smoke.
Yes,
right?
he does.
All right. Okay. Anyway, so for that, I believe. What shall we do at this very moment? To still go ahead and expect the meeting to happen?
I do. I do.
Or we probably shall get busy with our plan B.
And I don't automatically, I expect the meeting, but I don't automatically expect that it will take its full course with success. I hope so. It might be a series of 2 or 3 meetings where they keep getting back and closer. But see, the North Korean dictator, he can't win. The only way he can win is to denuclearize and be assured that we're not going to change his regime. And also we will help feed the people and create some light bulbs. When you look from the sky, from the satellites, South Korea at night, lights everywhere. North Korea is darn
There was
dark.
a joke. There was a joke
It's
on
horrible.
the internet yesterday. It says that somebody pretended as if Donald Trump was speaking.
Yes, sir.
Right? In other words, impersonated Donald Trump.
Okay, yeah.
Saying that Kim, like, or something like that. You have 2 options.
Yeah.
Option number 1, you surrender, denuclearize it.
Yeah.
Option number 2, you surrender, denuclearize
Yeah,
it.
I'll drink to that.
Right.
I'll drink to
So
that.
there are 2 options.
Yeah.
By that, he might have 3 options, while the third one being surrender and denuclearize it.
Right.
Right, something like that.
I believe something good will come out of this.
How? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you know, like these people, the media, which does not like Trump, except for some of them, maybe 10%, they keep saying, well, they're afraid that Kim from North Korea will outsmart Donald Trump. That is not going to happen. Donald Trump is brilliant, and you think he's going to be outsmarted, outthought by Kim? Not one chance in eternity.
Mr. Men, the president of South Korea, Moon Jae-in.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right.
Right.
So, he's a smart guy. He's very smart. He's a smart guy. Right. And okay, now over the whole thing though, for the sudden change, let's talk about the Kim Jong-un himself as a man, as a young man, right?
Yes.
Okay. He might be well acknowledged about what he is facing, right?
Yeah,
and
he's
he
not
does
dumb at
know,
all.
He does know what will come upon him if he continues going the dark way, right?
Yes,
Okay,
he
now.
does. He
And
does
then
know.
it was him saying that I'll come see you, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Right? And he himself would have known the military exercise was a norm
Oh, a long time ago, yeah.
for a long time ago.
Right.
Well, all of a sudden,
Been
taking
scheduled.
that, grabbing that as his excuse,
In using it, yeah.
something behind the surface.
Well, he wants to save face somehow in certain elements on his country,
Something is
even though he
happening.
has total control.
Something is there.
Something is there.
Something is there that you don't know, that I don't know either.
That's right. You're exactly right.
Something must be there, or otherwise, it's a deformation from himself.
You know, and June 12th is coming up fast.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait.
You know, he might be well aware of the fact that it is a self-deformation to himself.
Absolutely. It's
Right?
suicide.
Yeah.
He's gotta, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
because see, he did when he kept shooting, the
He
rockets and that.
he earned so far so much
Yeah.
in such a long way, in such a hard way. Better keep it, and he smash it.
Yeah. But
One
see,
blow. Right.
Yeah.
There must be something behind it.
See, our previous presidents didn't man up to the challenge, and this gentleman, Kim, didn't think Trump would really follow through, but now he knows he will. He will follow through, so he really doesn't have a lot of choices.
Well, we have
We pray it works.
1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 weeks. right?
I'm ready. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
we have time.
I'd like
we
to
can watch.
Yeah.
And something will happen. We're pretty sure during time interval.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see what shall we be expecting. So, my dear audience is with my friend Ken Hemming. We are honoring him for his 200 appearances on the East-West show. So let's take a very short moment out. We come back to continue, please. My dear friends, my lovely audiences, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the East-West show with Jack Chow on the East-West with G&E TV. With Ken Hemming today, we're having big time. We are marking the special day, which is a day to honor Mr. Ken Hemming on his 200 appearance of the East-West show. Once again, congratulations to you.
My honor. I thank you all for allowing me to be a part of your family, Jack, and your viewers so
we
much.
will. Well, I'm thinking of us giving,
I'm honored.
Awarding you with a plaque, right, or marking the 200 days.
Well, either pat on the back or spank me. Either one of those works.
Okay. All right. Internationally, we want to take a look at Middle East. All right.
Yes.
What happens right now, talking about still the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians, right? Those are big issues.
Big issues.
And in interval, we're talking about the Iran and Syria being bombed, and so on and so forth. So what have you heard about that area? Because I have different sources.
Okay, good.
I have different sources of information.
And we can expand each other's body of knowledge.
Sure.
You know, the embassy has officially opened now in Jerusalem. It moved there. That is the capital of Israel. And so there are people that think it is kind of an end for opportunity for peace, and others think that it's really the beginning for an opportunity for peace. And our last three presidents, Clinton, Bush, and Obama, all said they were going to move the embassy to Jerusalem, but they just didn't do it, okay, for whatever reason, their own personal reasons. But President Trump said so, and you know, he lives up to what he says in his campaign, and it's open there now. Now, it's not the majority of our people in the embassy worker group, but it's there now, and also then the Hamas has offered a $100,000 reward if somebody can go blow up the embassy. I'm sure the embassy is well protected, and if you look at the walls on it, they're pretty thick. Okay, so it's very, you know, and cars can't get close and all that.
Yeah.
But I do believe that. Well, other countries are starting to indicate they want to move their embassy into Jerusalem too, and it's going to start a tsunami of people going, well, that is their capital. It's their choice to be their capital, so that we should have our embassy there.
However, I might have different views.
And I'm interested.
Right? I'm asking you, is it necessary to make that move? From Tel Aviv all the way to Jerusalem for an embassy?
It's a small country, so it's not very far, but they got 2.5, 3 million people. Is it necessary? I don't know that anything is necessary. Is it appropriate? I think it's absolutely appropriate because it is their capital. And all of our foreign people, foreign countries, you know, they have their main embassies in Washington, D.C., which is the capital of our country. So is it absolutely mandatory? No. Is it wise because it recognizes that Israel has a right to exist and that we recognize it as a permanent country?
In history,
yeah.
Jerusalem is the capital of all the religions.
Well, and guess what? They all function in Israel too, in Jerusalem.
You can go all the way back to trace to Hebrew time.
Right, absolutely.
During the Hebrew time, though, it was a capital there for everybody.
Well, and it still could be the capital.
And
it
then,
could be the capital for whatever land is dedicated
and
to Palestine.
And then people going in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
and instead of going in and out of Egypt, right?
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
and the town, the big city, Jerusalem, has been called the capital by all kinds of religions.
Well, yeah, like the three, Jewish, of course, yeah, Muslim also.
Muslim.
Yeah, and
Right.
you know, I think in Palestinians, I believe the day will come where a part of Jerusalem is also the capital for Palestine. You know, if we work out a coexistence with acceptance of the right to live and breathe in each group, you know, and right now there's Palestinians, a lot of that live in Israel, and they're
going to call for lots of time.
Well,
but this is
lots
of time.
That's why this is, I believe, will speed up the process because nothing's been accomplished for, well, since 1948, certainly nothing. So it's good.
I respect Israel because they're kind of a group of people. They really make something out of almost nothing.
I know.
The
I
land,
know.
the land that United Nations assigned them,
Yeah.
which is their nation and their country now,
Yes, sir.
was or still is 65% of desert.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's drought.
There's sand and
Yeah.
the sand and the wind.
Yeah.
Nothing else there.
Pretty hard place to.
And yet it was on that land they made themselves a big country.
Yeah, they did.
However, that doesn't mean everything they do is right. Right.
Well.
For the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians, if I say they are brothers, do you agree with me?
Well, Cain and Abel were brothers also, but one killed the other. So this is a big problem.
I don't care about who did what.
Yeah.
I'm talking about origin. By origin,
well,
they are brothers.
Yeah,
right?
I am sure over time they're fully integrated into each other's DNA because they're men and women that coexist in the same area.
They're the same
Absolutely.
DNA. They're the same DNA.
Right. I think. Yeah. I like that, Jack.
Like in China, the KMT
Okay.
and the communists,
Okay.
and they are brothers too,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Absolutely.
People,
Absolutely.
East Germany, West Germany, they are brothers too.
Yes, they are.
Do you think so?
Exactly.
North Korea,
They are.
South Korea, they are brothers too.
They are brothers. Absolutely.
And in the old time, you're talking about North Vietnam, South Vietnam. You still have a
Absolutely.
line there.
Right. Just an arbitrary line.
Yeah, sure. They are brothers too.
Well, and some people from the same family live in the north and in the south and all that. So yes,
So
you're exactly right.
my point is, with the north, south, east, west, the brothership division,
Yes, sir.
why would the United States still add up by confirming Jerusalem be capital of Israel only?
No, we haven't. We didn't do that. The embassy was put in a location in Jerusalem that still leaves an area that would be appropriate to be the capital of Palestine. And of course, there is no country of Palestine. It's just, and way back, the Arab countries, they threw out all those Palestinians. They wouldn't let them live in their country, so they really just abandoned them in the desert. That was not good. They should have already had a country, maybe a part of one of the other, Saudi Arabia or whatever. And that was not allowed to happen. So the genesis of there being no Palestine comes from the Arab rejection of them.
The conflicts should not have, the conflicts between them, between Israel and the Palestinians,
Right.
they do not even have a ground. They do not even have an issue.
I don't know what the issue is exactly, but also
They don't even have an issue.
But also, like Hamas, which is a Palestinian, one of their terrorist organizations, their charter calls for the death to every Jew. That's not friendly. Okay, that's not friendly. Just like Iran wants them dead.
Yeah,
So
I know.
somehow we've got to just accept their ability, everybody's ability, to have
People always
a
do that.
worthiness to exist.
Always do that. The north and the south, they go across the border, the line, you get shot.
Yeah.
Right? East, west of the Berlin Wall, people get shot. As a matter of fact, lots of people get shot on a day-to-day basis.
Yes. Oh,
Right?
they did.
So
yeah.
everything happens.
Yeah.
Now, for that, as smart as the United States, right? If I were the leader, I would back off from that issue.
Well, that's what Bush did. That's what Obama did. That's what Clinton did.
I can keep providing Israel money and military supplies whatsoever. I will not do something so blatantly to move our embassy from Tel Aviv all the way to Jerusalem.
Yeah. And I think
to cause a lot of turmoil.
Turmoil is the only way you get to resolution of issues, Jack. Nobody that just ignores issues or hatred or whatever ever succeeds in progressing toward a solution without turmoil.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled that President Trump did it, and all the other last three said they were all going to do it, and they just didn't do it.
Anyway, it's my personal point of view.
Right, and I appreciate it and respect it.
And we respect the personal point of views, and we respect the differences.
Because you're my role model.
Right? Oh, by the way, I owe my audiences that declaration as my disclaimer.
Yes.
That whatever I say does not represent the show, neither does it to the organization, which is EDI, and it is nothing but my personal opinion.
And I have to say that whatever I say doesn't even represent necessarily what my daughter believes. Okay, so I'm an island.
Just the you.
I'm a lonely mouth.
Just the you, the guy.
Yeah.
The big mouth.
Just me, the big mouth.
Is in a good way.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
In a good way. I say jokingly in the good way. And with my friend Ken Hemming, we have altogether done 200 shows already with him only, right?
Yes.
And I have
Hallelujah.
5 days a week.
Yeah.
And he is only on a weekly basis. So that will give you an idea how many shows that I have done.
This is a beautiful day in my life.
Thank
and
you very
your
much.
career of your shows
and
is
among
phenomenal.
all my friends who support me as commentators, Mr. Ken Hemming is the one who earns that honor for 200 shows of this East-West subject or discussion.
And I'm very humbly appreciative of that, Jack. Thank you.
To keep up my promise, I said I have other source of information.
Yes, sir.
Regarding the recent Israel-Palestinian military attack.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. They lay the corpse on the ground.
Okay.
And with white sheets.
Okay.
Right. I have a clip that shows somebody moving.
Now that's really
pull because it's so long, right? Pull the hell out and do a sneak
peek or a sneeze
and like that.
That actually I'm cracking up inside my soul.
All right.
And I believe it.
I was laughing over that.
Oh my God.
For quite.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Quite a couple of minutes. Anyway. So anyway, they're a child play, all right. To some extent, child play. Right.
And a lot of the victims are just young civilians.
Why would we, as sober-minded we are, as sophisticated we are, get involved in those kind of child plays? That is my whole point.
Okay.
All right? My dear friends, we'll see you next time. Right? So once again, congratulations to my friend Ken Hemming on completing his number 200 show with Jack Chow on the East-West Show. And we wish another 200, another 200, another 200 down the road. So
I do too. Thank you.